Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a Kiswa piece that is an early Saudi period design. When the Saudis took over Hijaz, they used the same design Kiswa for a number of years before changing the design. So in this old design, now this piece, if you have a look, you can see it's not a full piece. The top section, which I think would have read Ya Hannan or Ya Dayan and Ya Mannan on the top left and top right, it's not actually intact, so the piece has been cut. But that would be the first part of the design, and then the second line you would have La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, and then you have Allah, and this is the bottom of the Kiswa. The current design, they changed the top right and top left. I think the one at the moment reads Ya Hannan, Ya Mannan. So they've changed the top line. The second line you have now Subhanallah, what comes above here. And then in the current Kiswa you have Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, Subhanallahi al-Azim. So they've changed the first line, added a second line, and now you have La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah and Allah at the bottom. But just to show you, obviously the first thing is in terms of size, which let me see if I can just quickly measure this. So the first thing is in terms of measurement, this measures around approximately 45 centimeters. Okay. So in terms of width, it's slightly shorter. In terms of length, I can't measure the full length, but even if I was going to, it probably is around. So this currently measures out at 50. So this currently measures 50. Now by the time you have the top section intact, you're probably looking around maybe 70 centimeters, so it's slightly smaller than the current design. But what I wanted to show you is obviously the first thing is you can see the jacquard weaving is evident here. So this is jacquard weaving. Now you have the top section of the Kiswa. This, obviously the threads are coming apart, so you can see it's layered. Okay, you can see the Kiswa is layered. Few features to share with you. And the first feature is, if you look at this Kiswa, it's quite shiny on the top. Okay, and I'm trying to get a good angle. But you should be able to see the shine there. Okay, now in terms of this, it could be that this particular piece is from the bottom of the Kaaba, where people may have applied oil to the Kiswa, which is why it's given it quite a shine at the bottom. You can see, especially with the sunlight, you can see it's quite reflective. That's the first thing. Second thing is, what actually gives this credibility as an original piece of Kiswa is the edging. If you have a look at the edging, this is hand looped. Can you see the loops on the end? So this is made through a knoll, a hand-operated machine, because this sort of finishing is apparent on pieces that are made by hand. You can see the Kiswa has been folded on the ends. Okay, and you can also see the edging. You can see how wide the edging is. It has a wide edge, rolled over, looped finishing. But you can also see this is the thread that they would use to stitch the pieces together. And you can see it's intact here. There. This is a sign this Kiswa was used. If you look through, you can see the holes are still intact throughout. Okay, so the holes are intact throughout, you can see. Okay, so this is a sign of the Kiswa that it has actually been fixed and used just over here as well. Okay, but like I said, the front is very, very shiny. and the back is completely matte finish. Thickness wise, a lot of people expect to have something super thick, and the Kiswa is not actually that thick as you would imagine. I mean, this is slightly less thick than the current Kiswa. Okay, but it's strong because it has multiple layers. If someone tries to cut it, they will have to cut it quite a few times. It's not like a t-shirt or like a piece of clothing which has one layer. Okay, it has multiple layers. You can see that. That's not one fabric. That's multiple layers. That's why it's come to that thickness there. Okay, so this is the unique attributes of original Kiswa. You can see because it's handmade, there are sometimes flaws in the workmanship because they may start and stop. You can see if I turn over and show you the full backing. Okay, you can see over here these are hand finishes to the Kiswa. Okay, when you're making this by machine, you are not going to have these imperfections. And in the early Saudi period, the Kiswa would still come from Egypt and other places, and it would be made by hand operated machine. You would not have a finish like this. But that's just some information from me, and I'm just going to turn it over and show you the rest. So let me just show you here. So we have another, this is more of a damage at the top there, but you can see the full piece here. You have the La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, Muhammad Rasulullah, Rasulullah. And then you also have signs on the end, and then you have the word Allah. I'll try and get the whole video in one picture. That's the actual piece there. Anyway, Jazakallah khairan for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.